This is Florida Gulf Coast University.
Research Day was originally established in 2002. It highlights, celebrates, and recognizes research-related scholarly achievement accomplished by our students, staff, and the faculty. Today is the day they proudly present their research findings and scholarly creations.
The title of my presentation is Evaluation of Driving Behavior. It's very important for the Florida Department of Transportation to see what's the mentality of the drivers during rain. We analyze some real data. We then taking it to a driving simulator. When it's light rain, they don't slow down by very much. But if it's heavy, they do slow down. That's like 5 to 7 miles per hour. From a 70, they will go down to 65. Then you in the threshold for hydroplaning. Then you really at that time should post your speed limit to like 55 due to that rainfall intensity.
My research project is on the effects of the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, the weathered oil on the early life stages of the eastern oyster. We spawned oysters and separated them out, male and female, dosed them with oil, correxic, and different concentrations of oil and correxic combined, and looked at the effects of fertilization success, growth, and mortality. We developed LC50s to show at what point the different treatments become toxic to the oysters, and we found that there are differences between whether they're exposed as gametes, embryos, or larvae as to when that effect takes place.
Our project is the Agrina project of ceramic development in the Rifanuni, which started when we did our study abroad trip to Guyana this semester. Our research started prior to the trip. We started researching how we can make the ocarinas and how they could be implemented, including the use of tools and molds and different things to try and get the same sound. We did discover that there's so many more applications towards it. Not only did it help towards possibly creating souvenir items, they use them for bird calls. They perform their own cultural music on them. We kind of see it as just a way that we brought something to give back to the community.
We are interested in trying to find out what are the genetic differences within the varieties of brassica oleracea. Kale, kohlrabi, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage are all varieties of the same species. Their genetic composition, their genomes, are pretty much identical. One of these genes seems to be a transposable element. It has moved from one place in the genome to another by this mechanism of getting copied and then pasted somewhere else. If we know what contributes to making the edible parts, then we might be able to improve these crops.
I studied Lee County's economy. What I wanted to do was model it. Tourism is our big thing. So we obtained sales tax public data, picked out what we felt could describe the tourist: food, beverages, hotels, gifts. The next thing we said, okay, what affects our economy? We ran the hypothesis test to see if storms affected our economy. And we ended up rejecting they don't affect our economy. So we're very stable. It's boring, but it's good because now we can make a model that's very strict, that's always going to work because it's very stable. For the small scale that it is, it's useful to business people.
My project looked at the effect of temperature and rainfall on the rate of infectious disease. The first thing we needed to do was to collect data on infectious disease rates, temperature, and rainfall, and then population as well. If it gets warmer, we're going to see more rainfall, and water is number one ingredient for microbes to be able to replicate and become an issue to the human population. There are a lot of reasons why we need to worry about why the Earth is getting hotter. One small one is if it does, we should see more infectious disease.
My topic is regarding the effects of language proficiency as far as students' achievement score in the FCAT, if there are students that are English proficient and students that are LEP, limited English proficient students. I analyzed the data, 98 students for 5th grade, looked at students that are LEP and non-LEP, and looked at the average of their reading FCAT scores. There is a statistically significant students that are non-LEP scored higher in their reading FCAT scores compared to LEP students.
It's always something special when we can get together and celebrate the scholarship and the research achievements of our faculty and our students. For our faculty members, there's nothing more important than effective teaching, but a professor is more than that. We expect that they will create new knowledge, look at existing knowledge in new ways, and really engage in continuous scholarly growth. I want to applaud that. For our faculty, I want to thank you so much for guiding the research and scholarly growth of the students who will also be recognized because they are our faculty members for the future.